absolutely gorgeous today, and we think that's going to be an end to the frosts. So Simon thought he'd get on with the job that needed doing. I'll let him talk you through it.
Yeah, the car had an argument with a ram, a male sheep. I think the car came off worse. He ran out from the hedge, well, ran out from a gap in the hedge in a field where there was no proper gate. Looked at the car, head-butted the headlamp, as you can see. Luckily, he didn't do any damage really to anything else. So I've just bought a new replacement headlamp unit, and now just trying to work out how to fit it. Which shouldn't be too bad. Just unbolts. Just got to take the bulbs out of that now, swap it into that, and then put the new one in.
So if you've watched earlier episodes, you'll know that we have a serious knotweed infestation. We've got a massive burn pile here because we can't take knotweed to the tip, and we can't dispose of it down the bank because it will regrow. So the only way to get around it is to burn it. So what we dug out loads of roots, and we're letting those dry in the sunshine, and then we will put them in this little incinerator that we made here. And we can do that every so often, but we really don't want to burn so much, so we're just trying to get rid of as much as we can, digging it up and letting it all dry out. So we can't take it down the tip, so that's a bit of an issue. We just want to burn small piles of it. So you can see we've got quite a lot of it, a sea of it. But the good news is, with all of that root out, we'll be able to grow some potatoes, and it doesn't matter if we get some new knotweed shoots around, we can just pull those out as we go, but we want to clear the main lumps of it out. A massive fire pile is just getting cleared down now. I'm just going to quickly take it in the little mini tractor and bury it in the woodland. We'll landscape down there eventually, but we've got to go and put it somewhere, so that's where it's going. And so it's off the garden where the veg are going to be.
She's waiting for love to be realized. I'll send her my heart covered as a gift, and hope that you'll take it into her side.
It's exciting times. I'm about to wax the window. So it's the same mix as last time, which was beeswax and the clear chopping board oil. It's called white oil. And what we're going to do is just melt that together using the bain-marie. So it's just warm water in an old pan, and then a stainless steel dish. I'm going to use a paintbrush, which I can't find just now, but I will find in a moment. And I'm going to put that onto this lovely window frame. Okay, so it's just literally dipping into here and painting on to get an amazing finish. Let's go. Not too much on the brush. Now that it's painted on the wax and oil, it leaves a sort of white residue in the same way as it did on the metal as it cools. So what we've got to do then is really give it a nice rub and push it into the grain, and that will oil the surface and protect the surface. I think that's coming up nicely. Okay, so that's the first section done. A little bit breezy, but it's boiling warm, so I'm going to sit that out there just to soak in. And here's the other one. So you can see the difference in the two. And now I'm going to do the main frame.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see from up here.
I want to share it with you because I'm feeling quite emotional really. It was never intended that this should be a lockdown project, and feel like we've been in lockdown in some way, shape or form forever now. We can't see our family and friends and it's a nightmare, but jobs like this have really kept us going, and being cheered on by our family and friends has been wonderful really. Knowing that they're interested in what we're doing and supporting us along the way, it's just been really nice. Simon's just making these little, what are these called, Sim? Beading, no, that's it.
Beading.
Window beading for the frame, so they're going to slot into here now. So we're getting ready for the glass. We've already cut some glass. We've got old glass here, so we're hoping that will work. Yeah, and it's this window, this blinking window. It's been really hard. It signifies everything that we're over here to do, reclaiming old materials and making them beautiful again. I think Simon hasn't really done any woodwork as complex as this since he was at school. I don't think you've really done. You made a bookshelf, didn't you, when you were younger?
Made all sorts, but nothing like.
But nothing as complex as this.
And
So I think it's been frustrating, but so rewarding at the same time. So yeah, I wanted to sort of. I know it's only a window, but it's not only a window. Not to us. It's a massive deal. It's about taking our time and appreciating everything around us and doing it ourselves, which sometimes really quite scary, but so enjoyable and challenging at the same time. So yeah, next instalment, window going in, window glass going in, and draft excluder going in, very important. So we're putting the glass in the windows, and if you've ever used Play-Doh, it's nothing like that at all. It sticks to your fingers, and when it gets warm, this is linseed putty, and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, which is, I thought I'll roll it into a nice worm, pop it all around the edge, and then it make a nice seal for the glass. Anyway, so I've sort of done that in a more messy way than I imagined, but it seems to have worked. So if the worst comes to the worst, we'll have to scrape it off, but for now I've not even looked at a YouTube video, I've just gone with it. So I'm putting putty on the windows and Simon's putting the glass in. Right, let's do it.
Yeah, this is how not to glaze a window. It might be. Literally no idea what I'm doing.
We've stuck the putty in.
Put the putty in, and we're putting
pressing
the
the glass down onto the putty.
What could possibly go wrong?
Don't press it in the middle. Oh no, you're not, just holding it. Okay, I see. Oh, it's all squeezing. And we'll trim that off because it'll come off the glass.
It smells lovely.
Smell-o-vision.
Linseed oil, smells great.
There you are. So it does create a seal, and then we're putting the bead on there, so you shouldn't see it. Lovely.
Right, so we've got the glass put in, we've got that all puttied in and a little bit of bead on, and then we've made some holes for the espaniolette bolts, so they come out there. And I just need little holes to shoot into to hold the window shut. So I'm just going to check that they fit all right, and then we can go and fit it. So there we are, window's glazed, beads are in, bolts are on, it's all fitted. So we've got to take it back out of the frame now, and we're going to fit the frame into the opening, and then we can hang the window when we get it all sealed.
Hello.
Oh.
How's it going?
Right.
Is it straight?
Oh.
Good. Need to put some draft excluder on, and need to do some packing around the edges before we do the final filling, but not too bad actually with the wonky walls, so pleased with that. Let's just get this frame in position. Woo! Very exciting.
The window is in. It's
Hurrah!
been a mission. Well, I'm so pleased with it.
Coco's even impressed, aren't you, Coco?
Oh, it's so nice to have that light coming in from that side as well, and the view up the hill. Just looking out. And it just looks so good with the old beams. They were the joists out of the barn, and that's the oak from Dad. Came down in '87. Oh, it's so nice to have it in at last.
The window looks really good with the plastering, and it's very white and very bright. And although it looks great, it can look a little bit Disney. And one of the things I like to do is just reduce down that bright white to a more natural colour to blend in the stone. And that's what I've done above here. Now, when our builder saw that I'd done this, I said to him, "What do you think?" And he said, "It looks like it's never been touched. It looks like it's original." And I thought, well, that's got to be a compliment, but I'm not quite sure, because a lot of the pointing around here isn't that great. And I'd done all the pointing on the house. It was so bright on the side of the house, and it was so bright white that I did decide to colour it in with a sort of mud mixture. But I decided just to brush on an after effect, and it doesn't even wash off with the rain. It soaks into the lime and gives you a natural colour of the earth. And it worked quite well. So I'm going to take it as a compliment from our builder that it looks like original and it looks like it's never been touched. think that it looks great. It soaks into the lime. It makes it look more in tune with the earth and the surroundings. Makes it look old, and I think that's what we're looking for really, for it to blend in.